Most people overpay for products like this. Here's why this one is different. If you're towing heavy loads with a fifth wheel, the wrong hitch can turn every trip into a headache. The CURT 16315 PowerRide 30K fifth wheel hitch head is built to handle up to 30,000 pounds, but it's not just about raw strength, it's about how it actually makes your life easier. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've used a few fifth wheel hitches over the years, and most of them feel like they were designed by engineers who never actually had to hook up a trailer in the dark or on a muddy site. This one? It's different. For starters, the ergonomic, self-resetting handle is a game saver. You know how some hitches have a handle that's either too stiff or too flimsy? This one clicks into place smoothly and resets on its own, so you're not wrestling with it every time. I've hooked up at 5 a.m. in the rain more times than I can count, and that little detail makes a huge difference. Then there's the multi-directional cast yoke head. It's not just about strength, it's about how it moves with your trailer. When you're backing in or adjusting on uneven ground, that yoke head pivots in multiple directions, so you get a smoother ride and less strain on your truck and trailer. I've towed through rough terrain with this hitch, and it absorbs the bumps way better than the rigid hitches I've used before. It's one of those things you don't realize you need until you try it. The main body is cast steel, which means it's not going to bend or wear out under heavy loads. I've seen cheaper hitches warp over time, especially if you're towing at max capacity. This one is built to last, and that's exactly what you want when you're relying on your setup for long hauls or big loads. Plus, the design is straightforward enough that installation is manageable if you're handy with tools. It's not a one-person job, but it's not overly complicated either. One thing to keep in mind is that this hitch head requires either CURT's roller or legs for installation. It's not a standalone unit, so you'll need to factor that into your purchase. If you already have a compatible base, great. If not, you'll need to grab one of those as well. It's a minor inconvenience, but it's worth planning for so you're not stuck waiting on parts later. Another thing I appreciate is the attention to detail in the design. The handle is positioned so you can operate it from the side of the truck bed, which is a small but important feature. When you're working in tight spaces or trying to get a good grip, that side access makes a big difference. It's the kind of thing that seems minor until you're in a situation where it matters. Now, let's talk about the towing experience itself. With a 30,000-pound capacity, this hitch is built for serious loads. Whether you're hauling a large camper, a horse trailer, or heavy equipment, it's designed to keep everything stable and secure. I've towed heavy equipment with this hitch, and the difference in stability compared to lighter-duty hitches is noticeable. It's reassuring to know your setup isn't going to shift or wobble mid-trip. Of course, no product is perfect, and this one has a couple of things to consider. First, the weight. This hitch is heavy, which makes sense given its capacity, but it's not something you're going to be moving around by hand. You'll need a helper or some mechanical assistance to get it in and out of your truck bed. That's not a deal breaker, but it's something to keep in mind if you're used to lighter hitches. Second, the price point is higher than some other options out there. But when you're towing heavy loads, you're not just paying for the hitch, you're paying for the durability, the smooth operation, and the peace of mind that comes with a reliable setup. It's an investment, but one that pays off in the long run. So, who's this hitch for? If you're towing heavy loads regularly and you want something that's built to last, this is a solid choice. It's not the cheapest option, but it's one of the most reliable I've used. The ergonomic handle, the multi-directional yoke head, and the cast steel construction all add up to a hitch that makes towing easier and safer. If you're in the market for a fifth wheel hitch that can handle the heavy lifting without making your life harder, this one's worth a look. Check it out using the link below and see if it's the right fit for your setup.